if year 2013 and 2014 is about the sternum bones and the introductions of the feet bone, which is coupling to the ground, and the force flow, then year 2014 start now. We need to progress into the four-wheel drive of Xiu Lun Tao. So what is four-wheel drive of Xiu Lun Tao? Hip, there's two wheels here. Shoulder, there's two wheels here. So there is four wheels here, and the spine is the transmissions. So that is the four-wheel drive of the Xiu Lun Tao. And it needs to be open, loose, and handled. Lightweight as the analogy of holding a butterfly. Very joint. Okay? That is the Xiu Lun Tao. So, if we look at common practice today, when one stands in the Yi Kamyongma, the back wheel drive, the back wheel is locked. The forward wheel is locked. One is holding something. What move is basically only the arm and probably from thigh down the most, but not this body trunk. So that call for issue, because the three flow in the body, the breathing, the chi flow, and the force flow, if this part of the body trunk, this four-wheel drive is not handled properly, it will not flow and it will stuck if you clamp it there. People talk about this, say, lower abs breathing. Is that difficult? Well, let me tell you one thing. If the hip is not open, lower abs breathing is forceful. That is not the nature for lower abs breathing. Okay? So if the physical element, the hip of the physical element is not open, forget about the lower abs breathing. You cannot stuck here, hanging out the tailbone, or fix everything and force lower abs breathing and call that lower abs breathing. No, that's not lower abs breathing. That's called forcing it. In Chinese, this is called ya, pressure. It's not sing. The breathing is not sing. It's not chen, sing. The breathing is ya, pressure. Okay. So even in the term in Chinese about qi, they say qi ya dan tian or qi chen dan tian. Qi pressure at dan tian or qi sing into dan tian. They're two different, totally different stuff. In the proper internal practice, it needs to be qi chen dan tian, and the qi chen dan tian, you need to open up your hip. Otherwise, you cannot do it. Okay? So that signature one can check to see whether one know what one is doing or not. Okay, so hip. The hip bones. Hip bone actually consists of two things. One is this hip joints, two of them here, and another one is the tailbone between the navel, the back behind the navel, down to the tailbone. This two is the handling of the hip. Okay? So the hip might be handled this way, open and loose. Okay? Joint by joint, having fun. Okay? That is the hip handling. Okay? So it has the tailbone and the two joints. Okay? Otherwise, we have no way to handle it. So when people say qua, you know what is qua? Qua is these two hip joints and that part of the spine between the back of the navel down to the tailbone. It is is not just you tuck your tailbone and those kind of stuff. It's not that. This whole thing is dynamic. Okay? And that's why I say, if it's not open up, your breathing is not going to come down. You're going to press something up and then it stuck your breathing here. The second is the forward drive. And the forward drive here is the shoulder and your shoulder blade. Okay? So, this is all need to be flexible, open, and lightweight. Okay, so you see this in this type of practice to open up the tuning the 3 yin and 3 yang meridians and so forth. You see snakes like won't move. Okay, just open up that part. And then there's the spine. Okay, and spine you have 3 parts. The top, the lower upper back, the part which is behind the navel, and the lower part, the tailbone up to the navel, that area. So, to handle that, again you need to be open up, loose, and lightweight. Okay? And so we know hip have 2 parts. The tailbone part, the hip joint parts. Spine have 3 parts. The lower, the behind the navel, that part, and the upper back. Shoulder bowl, you have 2 parts. The shoulder blade and your shoulder. Okay? This all has to be opened up. Be able to handle really smoothly. Okay? Otherwise, we cannot train 修灵套 because 修灵套 meaning details training of every micro parts of the body. That's where one develops Kung Fu. Not to mention, it influences this open up of the forehead drive, influence the breathing flow, the chi flow, and the force flow handling. Okay? So this is for you today. We need to progress further, and this is a beginning of the forehead drive.